Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Brick Collage with Pink Girly. Welcome to my channel. Happy Thursday. Good morning, good morning. Come in, get comfy if you can. Of course, I had problems last minute. I must have been on recording and I didn't notice it, and I didn't set up my stream properly. So when I came in to go live, I had two of me and an echo, and so it begins. All right. So I am obsessed with my most recent project, which if you were with me on Tuesday evening, you will recall I'm building a journal, Amity Bloom style. Good morning, Jacqueline. I didn't glue that well together. Okay, I've got this clipped. So I've been going through some scraps and some of my stash and pulling things out. I want this to be, I don't know why, I just want it to be a bigger, thicker journal, chunky, with just different, rips of paper and different pieces. So let me show you where I am. We're just going to jump right in here. I worked on this Tuesday evening, and then I worked on this yesterday. I'm just, I don't know, just obsessed with it. Well, I'm obsessed with a lot of things. Okay, crafting with love. Hello, hello. Hello, Carol, my quiet corner. Nice to see you. Hey, she spelled Jacqueline correctly. Good for you. All right. I'm not sure if I remember crafting with love, if I remember your name, or if you want me to just call you crafting, or I don't know. I'm not remembering. So Hubs is on his way to, well, where was he going first? He's feeling a little better, but he's starting to wheeze a little bit. He has asthma, and oh, it's Glenn. Hi, Glenn. How have you been? Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. He made an appointment with urgent care, so he's going to get his asthma checked with this cold. It seems like it's settling in his chest, so I wanted him to do that a few days ago, but nobody listens to the mama or the wife. All right, so this Carol, my quiet corner. Oh my gosh, Carol, hi. I'm sorry. Thank you, my dear. I can't keep up with your name. What was the one before? What was the most recent one you were using? Because you haven't used the Canadian Artisan for a little bit, right? And I recognized that other new name, so now I have to, okay, my quiet Carol, my quiet corner, I got to remember. Okay. I'm trying to work on these things to be better. Well, it's nice to see you. Good morning. All right, so I was picking through some of my papers and stash, and different things that you like that you have, or you might have a paper pack that you like. You've got a couple of little bits. You just made a paper doll. Oh, you're changing your last name. Okay, gotcha. McDonald. Okay, gotcha. All right, thanks, honey. So I'd said that I had purchased some things from Debbie Epps, and I wanted to use for my inside cover one of her pieces, because when she was selling her stuff, she said you could, manipulate it and use it however you like. So I didn't feel guilty. You just finished them all. Good job, Clint. Hi, Patty. Nice to see you. Good morning. So this is one of Debbie's pieces, and I've got her signature down there, which is cool. And it's a nice heavier weight paper. So then I just did my thing on the front. So this is going to be my cover, and you can see it's a little taller than most of my pages, but I didn't want to cut that off, right? So then I stitched around, made a little pocket here. This is a digital that I recently purchased. This is a project I've got to get finished for November. I need to make a gift for someone. This so far I've left it plain. Now, I don't know if I'm calling this correctly, like a hinged journal, but I'm putting my pages together with washi, fabric, or strips of paper. This is something I was going to include in my bonus daughter-in-law's journal that I recently took her when we traveled to Europe. But it didn't make it in, so I'm going to use it in mine. That will give me a memory of her. So I think that might go on that page. And this is one of Debbie F's digitals from one of her books. If you're able to purchase one of Deb's books, she's got quite a few on Amazon. Jacqueline, if you can pop in maybe her Amazon information, that would be nice if you can. Thank you. The images are just exquisite. So I took one of those out at Deb's suggestion and popped that in here. Great suggestion for me. And let me get this back in its spot, so if I want it later, I know where to grab it. So I'm just trying to add some lace. This folded up, so I just made this a pocket. I feel like my camera should come up a little. Someday I'm going to learn how to work this camera properly. Now, don't anybody breathe. Thank you, sweetie. Okay, so I think up here I'm going to need a little something. See, I've got that little white edge there. And I want to cover that up. This was a digital that I was running out of ink, so it became very purple, which is okay with me. More digitals. This is just a piece of, I don't know, this is Timmy paper, like old Timmy paper, I think. And this, I think, was just like wrapping paper. So I've just been digging through, painty papers. This is from a new book that I got when I was just away on vacation, Book of Knowledge. This is some of Jacqueline's papers. Oh, this I just stitched in, and I'm like, why is this not working correctly? Well, here my bottom thread on my machine ran out. I have an older machine, and so I cannot see my bobbin unless I physically open up the machine and take it out. So that's a little bit of a bummer. The machine my sister purchased recently. Okay, thank you, Drive One, telling me I don't have enough cloud storage. It's very nice. Thank you. This was my find in a co-op in France, and this one Kel made for me, which I just love. So this is a little pocket here. More digital scraps. This one I tore the bottom so I can make a little tuck, and this is just another little bit, and you can see my stitching around. Now I'm trying not to finish off some of these pages and hook them together until I figure out what I want where and how many pages I want. I want it to be chubbier than it is. Right now, it's only about that chubby. So I want it to be, I think I want it to be really grossly chubby. This is a page from a Paris travel guide that I purchased years ago. And then I've got more Jacqueline paper here. And so you're just little bits here and there. Now, I had said to Jacqueline last night, did you ever make a ruffle? Like, I don't have any ruffle. Like, I have some laces that are gathered, which, I don't really like them that much. I just kind of take those apart and make them flat. But if you check out the video that I mentioned in my description box from Amity Bloom, you'll see that she's got really nice, thick, fabricy ruffles throughout her journals. So all I did was took a piece of shindy carpet that I had that I thought might go with this book, with this page in particular, and I did a real loose stitch, pulled it so it gathered, and then I stitched it again, so hopefully that stays there. Now, it looks like my glue's not holding, so I think I'm going to put a little bit of my heat tool, my not my heat tool, my glue stick heats up a little more. I'll put some more glue under there. But I think that'll serve my purpose, but I'll have to Google how do you make a fabric ruffle or a ribbon ruffle. So just some more things. This is an Amity Bloom digital. Welcome in to everyone who's just starting to drift in. Welcome, welcome. And more painty paper that I just uses a hinge. This is a placemat that Jacqueline just recently sold. She sells on Friday afternoons at 4 o'clock generally. Don't forget to put your information in, Jacqueline. So I bought two different ones. I put this one in here. Of course, I didn't want the back white, so I cut it in half and glued the two halves together. So it's a little lumpy and bumpy. Okay, so she's selling tomorrow. And these are more digitals that I had printed. I cannot find, before vacation, I took my tie-back envelopes that I have and I put my printed digitals, or so I thought, in these envelopes so I would stay organized, which, is a great idea. But now I don't know where I put the envelopes. So I just printed. So there's some that I want to include in here because they're like, some of them I really love. So this is one. So that was just a leftover. I did a little flip out. This is another one. This is Candy knows this guy's name. This guy is a designer or an art. I guess he's an artist. And then they've taken his prints and made, paper. I can't remember his name. Clement something, starts with a K maybe. So I was digging around, found this. This is a piece of, no, it wasn't Garcia. Clement something, KL. If Candy pops in, I'll show her and she'll know. This I got from Pearl, and I thought that made a cute little tuck spot there. And this is just a piece of, this was also a bedspread, a quilted bedspread, like for a kid, but I wanted the quilty part to use as a cover. Oh, they have a foot for your machine that makes ruffles? Oh, I'll have to look in we have a box. It's got cams for the sewing machine and different feet. I wonder if my husband remembers. This piece of paper I had laying around, I used part of it somewhere. Here's more of this guy's paper. Just wrap that fabric around the library pocket. I don't know why I bought these silly things. This was a whole pack. Oh, look, I think I stitched it. Oh, phooey. Look, I stitched this in. Oh, phoo. Now I'm ripping my pocket. If I cut that, I'll be darned. Maybe if I just snip a little. Wait a minute. Let's do a little surgery. Little surgery. I guess if I go on an angle, I thought I was clear. There's a whole bunch of these, and then the tiles line up. Do you need help? What do you need help with? Oh, you have the foot, but you can't figure out how to use it? Gotcha. See, now that's rough. Anyway, this has a little peel off thing so it doesn't get scratched up, but I left that on. So I had a whole bunch of these. There was an elephant, and then it would have the top of them, his middle, and his feet, and they were all stacked up in a package to buy them all. I think I bought 2 sets. They were all different. I think there was a cactus and a palm tree, so I just include them sometimes in some of my pockets because I think they're cool. Cool, as Kellyanne would say. Cool. Let me see, quarter. Let's see if I can round this corner. Oh, that's a little better. At least it won't cut me. Won't cut me. So I just popped them in there. Another little pocket there, and some. See, a lot of the fabric or the lace that Amity Bloom uses is rough, more roughly. Good morning, Gail. How nice to see you. This is a little tuck spot. This is Amity Bloom Digital. I bought her class, and you got some digitals with it. Oh, I bought some of her digitals too. Who we kidding? There's Candy. Candy, what's this guy's name that is this designer or this artist with this kind of paper? This paper? You were telling me before you knew who he was. He's some kind of an artist. Good morning, by the way. I want to pick your brain already. You're just here. Clement, or something like that. You know who I mean? You recognized him before. She'll know. It'll come to her. It'll come to her. But I had a tablet of different designs of his. So I threw that in there. Now, of course, when I printed this, I just printed it one-sided. So I'm just gluing in pieces of papers and scraps that I've had laying around. But I want to add more pages. And what I found was when I started adding these pages on, when I wanted to add another page in, I was Francisco Clementi? No, that's not who I'm thinking. I'll have to look it up, see if I can find. I'll know it when I see it. It's shoot. I think it was KLIMIT or something. Let me see if I can see that. See, it's going to drive me crazy. All right, so if I go here, I have to do this and there. So I'm going to say scrapbook paper. Oops, gotta spell it right. I think it's that guy. Gustav Clint. Wait a minute. This guy. Yeah, she's got it. There, she's got it. That's whose paper this is. He's got cool looking designs. This pack I got was all, you know him, Gail? Yeah, yeah. There she is. She's got them. This is his stuff. So now I'm just trying to add pages. You wouldn't have guessed that. It might be hard to tell because I only got a portion of it. I don't really know his work, and I only know it because Candy had said that once before when I was using this in something. Hope I need a little more glue there. Now let's look at other stuff, put in it and written on. And oh, he's a famous artist. See, I'm just not. I like this art, but I never really studied the art, the real true artists. You know what I mean? Shame on me, right? But anywho, and then I have other trims and stuff that I want to be adding. So this morning, because the last 2 days I have not been able to locate the digital prints that I have, leftover, not leftover, but waiting to be used in projects. And I can't remember where I put them. He's best known for his painting, The Kiss. Oh, thanks, Gail. So I was thinking I would fold this, but now I'm thinking maybe I want to hinge it. So I think I want to trim this. And then I've got other stuff here on my desk that I want to throw in and use. And then I need a back cover. I haven't done anything about a back cover. And so I picked up a bunch of stuff. Someone in my life talked me into purchasing some zippered bags to help me get organized. I'm not sure it'll really work. But I scooped everything off of my desk today instead of throwing it in a plastic shopping store bag, which, by the way, are hard to come by in New Jersey. I put it in one of my zipper pockets. But I think I want these separate so I think I'm going to keep that white so I can use that to hinge these in. Well, now I have to look that up. And there's those mesh zipper bags. I should put them in my Amazon shop. I haven't done anything with that either. Gosh, I'm trying to do better with my Etsy shop. There's just so much to learn. Like I've said this before. Okay, we lived a long time. Okay, 1862 to 1921. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to say The Kiss. I'm going to try to say it. The Kiss. I'm doing this without the right glasses. K-L-I-M-N-T. I'm surprised I remembered that it was. Oh, there it is. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that's cool, huh? Yeah, and I kind of attacked you as soon as you came in the room too, Candy. That wasn't fair. I apologize for that. I knew you would know it though. So that's cool, right? And you can see all of his little swirls and fun stuff. Anywho, I like that paper. So I'm just going to continue to fuss around and work here and build some more pages and lay them out, hopefully, so I know where I want to connect them. So I'm going to be digging around with some of the stuff I have sitting here that I want to use. And I might be digging in some other places to just see what I have. Yeah, so if you have any questions or you need me to see something, put it in caps for me, please. I know. Oh, but we can have paper straws, and that's even more awful. I am very sorry. Paper straws are disgusting. They're disgusting. Now, this is a graphic 45 page, and sometimes I buy things and then think, geez, why did you buy that? This is kind of really loud and bright for me, but I think I can use it in this project. So I'm just going to fold this in half. I'm not sure where I'm going to hinge those digitals I just printed. This was just a piece of, file folder that I chopped off and used the rest for something. So I didn't want to throw that out. God forbid we throw something out, right, girls? Okay. So this stack is kind of ready to be hinged in. Oh, here's my other one. And I just love some of these digitals. I painted. Yeah, right. I purchased. So I'm just basically folding these in half. Okay, no problem, Gail. Thumbs up for Gail. No problem. That's probably a little wide. But see, I can put other stuff on top of this. I've got some papers that I've had here for years, just not using them. Look at these little bits. These little bits might come in handy. I may snip some of these apart. I just love so many of these images. I guess a lot of us that are into this art thing, crafting, if you will. It's to me, it's more than crafting. I mean, some things are crafting, but when you're creating a journal or you're doing a watercolor, or to me a mixed media page, that's really not crafting. To me, that's you're creating art. I know I'm probably splitting hairs, right? But all that to say is I think a lot of us are attracted to color and designs, things like that. We like a lot of different stuff. And what works in one project may not work in another, but you buy these scrapbook tablets, and I don't buy so much of them these days. Mostly when I started down this journey of arting, I've always kind of been involved, but when we moved to Jersey, I needed to find something to occupy myself, and so I stumbled onto the internet and found Dee Willingham, and then it was off to the races. What is Candy saying? Candy is saying, I agree. I consider it a form of collage, and that is art. Yeah. So whether you're doing an art page, whatever you're doing, I mean, really, even calligraphy and all that jazz, I mean, to me, that's kind of arty. Now, if you're going to sit down and you have a kit to build, or not even a kit, like when I used to paint the light bulbs for craft fairs and stuff, to me, that's more of a craft. Okay. So I'm taking a light bulb and I'm painting on it. But I'm assembling things and I'm making a finished product. To me, that's more of a craft. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I save all these little bits. I mean, I love graphic 45 stuff. But as you just saw when I cut them apart, they've got all these different kind of little bits, you know? So, like, how can you throw that stuff out? This I purchased years and years and years ago. Let's see. Most of these have a date on them somewhere. 2014, right there, 2014. Okay. And I thought it was a tablet that had different different designs in it. But no, it was not. It was, okay, Candy's going to the balcony to listen. Ah, okay, honey, you do what you need to do. Thanks for saying hi. Here I purchased a stack of like 25 of the same sheet. Well, about 11 years later, still got the same sheets. It's still got plenty of sheets left. Now, to make a journal, you don't have to bind it like this. There's different ways to bind journals, right? And I just thought it would be fun to do one this way because this is how I built the journal I made for my bonus daughter-in-law, which, by the way, she loved. I was so thrilled. And I could just put all these together and make signatures and stitch them, right? But I just wanted something that looked similar to what I had made Tanya, because I just liked how I really liked how it turned out. And then so you can do flip outs and stuff, right? And these don't have to be all the same. I might end up tearing some of this. Maybe I'll tear this edge. Maybe where's my decal? Where's my decal ruler? So here's something else I want to say to you guys. I'm thinking, I'm trying to, there's Kel. Hi, good morning, honey. I'm trying to grow my channel. I've said that before. I don't really know how to do that. I don't really want to pay anybody to help me do it because I don't have a lot of cash flow for that kind of thing. But that's not really true. If I wanted to do it, I have the money to do it. I don't think I could easily convince my accountant to let me do it because I haven't been real successful. But anyway, so I'm kind of on my own, right? So I'm trying to think of different things to do. So I'm looking at some of the bigger channels. Now, a big thing with the internet, with YouTube in particular, is that I shouldn't say most because I really don't know, but lots of people that are successful on YouTube is they do videos. They're not doing live streams. And this is something Mary and I have kind of chatted about a little bit because we follow this guy by the name of Daryl Eves. I think that's his last name. And he's like so fabulous. He gives you a lot of information and he's just got a happy little face and he presents his information pretty well, you know. And he does live from now and then where you can go in and you can ask him questions. He doesn't always pick up every question, but they're mostly always not mostly. Every time I've watched, they're talking about people that do videos on YouTube. And Mary and I are like, but where is some help for those that live stream? So if you look at a channel like Dee Dee's and now Kathy Burke's channel is not huge, but she's growing. I'm just wondering if I should have like like Dee Dee is, what is she? Coffee and art or something like that. And Kathy K. Burke is hangout and art. I'm just wondering if I should have, like, instead of fussing around and trying to come up with a name for my different streams, maybe it should all just be the same. And then in the caption, tell you what I'm going to be doing that day. You know, you love bricolage. I do too, but it's kind of confusing. All that to say is I'm going to put a survey. I'm going to put a post in with a survey. I've got 3 or 4 suggestions of what I might use, or somebody might have a better idea. I'll have to see if I have a write-in. Now, not a lot of people go and look at my posts. Okay, just saying. But I might try that first, just to see, get some feedback from some of y'all. All right, so let's put that in. I think I'm going to use the back of, now what did I do with all my bits? I think I'm going to use the other half of Debbie's painting for my back cover. So the inside, now I just have to figure out where I put it. So now what we were talking about on Tuesday evening is Amity Bloom is a young woman who has a channel. She has digitals and different products you can buy. We're waiting forever and a day now for her washi tape to be available to purchase. And supposedly she does different bundles of fabric, which Jacqueline and I are like, we want to buy this stuff. Why can't we get it? And so she's probably, I would think, having some issues with, who produces her product, but that's just a guess on my part. But her whole thing is layering. Now, I know it's got to be in here. See, this is my zipper bag, and I just took everything on my desk and popped it in here. Now, these are some, so you're just layering, I know, fabric bundles. It's like, we need it real bad. So I'm looking for the other half of Debbie's painting, which I thought I put in this sack. Good sack, but there's a lot of good stuff in here I could use. So what I want to do is I'm just layering some of these bits. You make your page, your basic page, in the sizes that you want, and then you can build it from top to bottom and do add-ons. Don't forget to use your washi tape. And you probably want something a little more sturdy for your front cover and your back cover. Well, Lori, I don't think you put it in there. Now, isn't that just a shock? Look at that nice little pouch. But see, look at that. That's going to look cute on the page. So you just gather stuff that you really like and you just start layering on top of your base. And in some of her videos, you'll hear her say, now this is a base page. Okay, now this is from Jacqueline. This is a closed envelope. So when she dyes them, because there's glue, you can see the envelope. It glues itself shut. Sometimes they pop open. I probably could add a little. I wonder if this would. Okay, Carol. Hey, it was nice to see you. Have a good day. I wonder if I can cut this. I'm thinking about just slicing the end so I can use it as a pocket. If this doesn't come undone, that's what I'm going to do. She's come undone. I'm not going to fight with it. Okay, we're going to leave it. Now, I need a cutter. I need a cutter. So let's have a little trim. Just going to take a little bit off. Just like Johnny Carson. Just blow in there. See, now I have a pocket. And I think I want to do a little thumb index, if you will. It's probably not good for the glass top, but I'm just scooting in there so I can see. I'm making a little thumb index. Let's put a little color around the edge. Now, I was looking at some of my leftovers from my digital prints, like the pieces. Like what is missing are full pages that I printed that I want to put in my journal. So I guess I'm going to have to start printing it like I did this morning. I just printed the one. I'm choosing to print it at a higher quality, so it takes a little longer for them to print. And of course, it uses more ink. But I was thinking that makes a cute frame, right? And I could hinge it here, and it could be a pocket. And this could be a pocket. But first, let's do a little trim. So I want it to be a little shorter than that. So let's bring her down a little bit more. Now this one, you can tell the difference in the printing. This one I just printed regular. And gosh, who was it? It might have been Diane from Australia. Mentioned about printing on different paper. So that's one change I made. And then choosing, that you're printing on better paper rather than just regular. So you can see how much sharper this is than this. This still looks good, but when you have the two of them next to each other, it's a big difference, right? So I'm going to flip her over. Oops, I got her crooked. I flipped her crooked. Those are sweet little fish. That's still crooked, Lori. This is not going to be a big deal if it's not exactly right. Hey, Joyce, good morning. How nice to see you. Are you doing okay? I always want to call you Joycey because I had a good friend that's what we always called her, Joycey. I thought it was like a sister to me. And I always think of her when I see your name pop up. Yeah, that'll do, huh? And then I'll just glue that on 3 sides and I can have another little pocket. Just slip something in there. Won't that be yummy? So let's make another little index so I can remind myself that that's what. Because sometimes I glue stuff down and I can't remember if I glue it all the way down or if I glued it to be a tuck spot or a pocket. So this is one way that kind of will help me. I didn't put it in the middle. Doesn't matter. So it's just kind of like a patchwork style journal pages. And you start with a base page and then you just start gluing stuff down. Almost kind of like a glue book, but different. I can call you Joycey? Okay, thank you. That was our love name for our friend, Joycey. I miss her. I miss her. Okay. Now this I'm going to hinge over here. The other day after my stream, I'm thinking, I don't remember putting my fingers in glue. My fingertips were covered with glue. And I'm like, what did you do? All night I'm like washing them and scrubbing them, and you just never seem to be able to get it all off. This is what I was doing, rubbing here or gluing down fabric, and the glue comes through the fabric. See, so that could look cute there, huh? Something like that. So she's going in the stack. Oh, I could put something else on that side because it's going to be hinged. Ooh. Oh, what else do we got here? This might be fun if I cut her out. Cut it out, you know? Let's try these little scissors. Look, I cut off her nose. Cut off her nose to spite her face. So what's everybody doing today? Do you have anything you have to do? You have to do laundry. Oh, I was going to ask you, is the background noise bothering you here? I can hear it, but I don't know if you can hear it. Our neighbor's getting a roof put on. I can I have the door open. I can get up and shut that if you can hear. If it's annoying to you. I think it's annoying that I cut this poor little gal's nose off. So our daughter called to see if we could come. You can't hear it? Okay, thanks, Kel. To see if we could pop over on Mother's Day. I'm thinking I'll be able to stream and then maybe just for a little bit, we'll see. Waiting to see how Ron feels. He doesn't want to get them sick either. Our daughter seems to catch everything that comes down the pipe. So we'll see what they say at urgent care. If they put him on some meds, we probably can go. But I'll leave a post to let you know what's going on. Because we have goodies for them from our trip. It will be nice to get over there and share those. So most of you probably will know that my husband likes to garden. He really likes the garden and planting, and that's his thing. This here is my thing, and planting and the garden and all's his thing. So we had, gosh, I think we were in Virginia, and oh, Joyce, that is going to be a fun. Oops, a ribbon just went into my beverage. That's going to be a fun trip. Oh, what a good sun, huh? Mm. I'm going to try to remember to ask you what you got. So we were in, gosh, our granddaughter was an infant. We were in Virginia, and we were watching the baby because both my daughter and her husband were in the wedding. It was his sister's wedding. Oh, there's Debbie. Good morning, Debbie. They had some pretty perfume bottles I want. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's a great idea. So we were watching her. So on our way home, we stopped in like a garden center or something, and they had like a spinny wheel thing that you put out in your garden. It was huge and had different colors, and it wasn't a lot of money, so we decided we would get it. So we did. And It was, it flat in a box. You had to, build it yourself. So it was easy to bring back, not a big deal. We had that for quite a few years. And then it finally, as all things do, deteriorates and it needed to be replaced. So then we had gotten a second one, of course, from a different place, different look to it. But that lasted us quite a while as well. And now it's time to replace that one because it started to fall apart. So we have a store not too far from us called, what is it called? Oh, yeah, Burlington Coat Factory. That's probably other places too, right? And they've got a lot of different stuff. So Hubs was in there and he comes home with this spinny whirligig thing for out in the back garden. So when he's putting it together, he says, I'm not sure how this is going to work because it doesn't have real deep prongs to go down into the earth. It might, we get some little wind kicking through the back of our house here. So we'll just have to see how it does. I said, okay. And it's like 2 layers, it's got a circle that goes this way and a circle that goes that way. So he puts it up, looks fine. And then this morning he says to me, well, I'm going to take that spinny thing back. And I'm like, why? Here, the way that it's made, it only spins when it's facing a certain way. When it turns, it was unscrewing itself. It come apart. It unscrewed. It won't stay together. So he's going to take that back. We'll get something different. But we like having one back there. It looks cute in the garden. Look, her chin's sticking out. All right, so I'm layering, not too much. I'll probably put some more stuff on this. But for right now, this is just going to be my base. And I'm going to add that to the pages that I'm going to add in to the journal. And these are going to be base pages. They're going to be hinged. This is so crazy wild. I don't know that I really like that much, but it's going to get other stuff layered on it. So here's a partial small page. Let's put this the correct way. And that's going to be a little flip out. So we'll do that. So I'm just now working on base pages and stacking them so that I can hinge them. Now this is also a Lovely's Crafting Lodge piece. This is her sage green, which I'm absolutely in love with. And of course, it's a business reply envelope, which I just love these. So what I'm thinking is I want to open the one side of this, and then I can put something behind the windows. I can always, tape it or do something to put it back together if I want it to be like that. I'm thinking I'm going to take my little knife here and see if I can slice it open nicely. Which I usually am not very good at this. My dad used to open his mail this way. But he had a little pen knife, and he was really good at it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just know that if I do the scissors, it's not going to go any better for me. So I think I showed in my haul from my trip, I got these ceramic beads on this cord. So I took that apart. And I came out here this morning. I had stuff drying on my desk. And I picked that stuff up, and there's a bead. There's a bead. Here it is, sitting here in the middle of my desk, like that. Hey, Devin, hi, good morning. And I'm like, where did it come from? And I put these beads. I took them apart and I put them somewhere. I was gonna make my bracelet, but I can't. I didn't dig out my jewelry elastic, and I have that wire that curls itself, to make a little bracelet. So I didn't dig all that stuff out, but I got this necklace taken apart so I could make it, thinking, I don't remember where I put the blasted beads. Gosh, I'm getting these advertisements, these reels that come up about dementia. I think I need to start paying attention. Holy smokes. I got too much going on. Too many balls in the air. Oh, it happens to me way too much. That's why Jacqueline suggested those bags. I don't know. They probably will help some, but I keep telling her I'm the problem. Jeez. I'm not consistent. I guess I never really have been consistent. I'm consistently inconsistent. How's that? How's that for being honest? Okay. So, of course, a lot of these, if not all of them, a lot of these business reply envelopes, BRE, if you used to work in an office, that's what they are, BREs. They have this little design pattern inside, and they're all like kind of different. I remember Tanya McGuire one time was doing something, and she used this side of the envelopes to make some kind of a little journaly journal. So now I want something to put behind these little windows. Oh, that could look cute, huh? That could be cute. Cute. I use that other one for yes, this would be a great place for it. I won't forget. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have some kind of attention deficit thing going on for sure. My uncle had it. I've got nephews, my son. I mean, it's from my side of the family. And I don't know if narcolepsy or my brother-in-law had, I wouldn't say a mild form, but it wasn't terribly narcoleptic. But that's like when you fall asleep. You just fall asleep, like in the middle of a conversation. I mean, he drove a car through the front of a house once. Because he fell asleep at the wheel. I think it's a form of it. That's okay, Gail. Dad comes first. Looking your goodies from your trip. They're all over. I love the speed. It all turns up. It all eventually turns up, So I'm going to just and right on the outside edge of that. And then I want to see how she looks. Now this is from a book that's got, what do they call them? They call them plates, where they have the different plants and it's got information about the plants. And I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room there because I want to be able to glue it. So let's go. Can always trim more off if I want. Look at me, go throw it down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so I don't want that hidden. Now let's see, I need to take a little bit off of her. So this is kind of, hey, Colleen. Is that Colleen? Or is Colleen CK Art? K Art, I might have the wrong person. It's not Colleen, new subscriber. Hey, welcome in. Nice to meet you. How lovely. Okay. Let's see. So if I scoot her, I could cut a little bit more of her. I might want more of her face. Tell us a little bit, if you feel like chatting, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like what kind of art do you like to do? Oops, I got this. Where's my blade? I got it going the wrong way. That could be a problem. I was thinking it was CK Art, which is Colleen. Oh, yeah. That'll be good. Okay, so then I could put this here. Yeah, CK is Colleen. All right, I might do it exactly like that. So what I want to do is, there's Ange. Ange, you're never home anymore. Goodness me. You are a busy girl. It's good to stay busy though, isn't it? I was thinking the other day, I have to ask Janet Nash this. I was thinking about Janet and wondering, wonder if she does art like I'm at my desk every day. My husband doesn't require a lot from me. I have some back issues that, limits what I can do. I mean, it's day to day. Some days it's not bad at all. Other days I can hardly move, but he's pretty spry when he's not under the weather. And so I'm really kind of spoiled. So I don't have a lot of that didn't work. I didn't put it in close enough to. I don't want that writing showing down there. Shoot, I thought this would work easy. I think it's hard to glue with that plastic film there. Maybe that's my problem. And I'm going to cover this up with something else. So there's not a lot required of me day to day. So I'm usually at my art table. And I know maybe some of you are still working or I know Jacqueline, of course, still works. But you may have other responsibilities, or maybe it's just not your thing to sit at a desk and do, art stuff all day. So I'm just curious how many of you, find yourself doing something creative most days. Like I know Gail likes to stitch, so I would think Gail stitches most days. maybe even in the evening, you know, sitting and watching TV or whatever. I ended up with the right, I guess that doesn't look too bad with the writing showing there. Anyway, yeah, Gail says, I stitch every day in the living room watching TV. Cool. If I don't have something going on in something in my hands, either coloring or crocheting or knitting or something, have my hands going, I'm asleep. I'm asleep in front of the TV. And that's one thing when we first moved here, my husband, you know, if you can call it a complaint, you know, that I was out here all the time. And I would say to him, but you need me to sit in the living room and watch you snore? Because he gets on, as soon as he gets on the couch, he sits up a lot more now to watch TV because he knows when as soon as he gets on that couch and stretches out, whoo, lights out, baby, he's snoring, you know? And if I don't have something going with my hands, I'm asleep. Debbie pops in and out. You're working on digitals a lot, and you're subbing, right? You're still going to school some days too, right, Deb? All right, so I have that. I think I want to trim off these little crusty edges. I think I like that better. Just a little snippities. Now I think this is maybe longer than most of my pages, which is fine because my front cover is longer. That's an amaryllis bud. This is that glue I bought on vacation at one of the shops. I don't know how you say it, but it sticks pretty good for me. Okay, so I think I want to glue her down here. But let me see, first of all, there's this nice stack of pages. See, this my front cover is really tall. To which my sisters would say Cesar Romero was tall. Oh yeah, that'll be good. I'll just put that in that way and it can just be taller than my other pages. And that's fine. That'll kind of give it a cool vibe, I think. So, and again, it's kind of like a base. For the most part, I'm making base pages. But see, like for here now, I'm doing a little additional work. Let's try, since I was bragging about this glue, let's try some of this. It's hard to see where you put it. So Jacqueline is always sending me reels, and I'm always sending her reels. She sent me a reel. This is a crochet project where the girl is mostly advertising it as a crocheted piece to put slip your tablet in. But as soon as I saw it, I thought it was more, I saw it more as holding a journal, like being a cover for a journal. Now, I know Debbie Ham, some of you here will know Debbie Ham. Debbie Ham, I believe, out of fabric, makes envelopes that you can slip journals in, which are fun. But I thought it might be nice to have a couple of these sitting around. Let me see if I can search our conversation here and show you a picture, because these are really yummy. All right, so if I go here, I should have a search there, search, and I'll say, I'll see if it would come up. It was just recent. No, that's not getting it. I forget what she called it. I don't think that's going to get it either. All right, I think I can get it in my Etsy because I purchased the pattern. I said to I showed the picture to, oh, maybe it's there. I'm going to show it to Janet Nash. And I said, I don't think you'll need a pattern to do this. Look, you flip it over and that's how it attaches. Right? So, I mean, I think it's adorable. So I started working on one of those last night. Crochet Rose Blossom, is that what she called it? So the basic idea is that it's a granny square. It's a big granny square, and you make it so whatever you want to slip in there fits. And of course, I don't know how she puts it together yet, or how she makes a rose. I wouldn't tell you all that anyway, because that wouldn't be fair. But in her directions, yeah, 33 pages of directions. Although a lot of it is like the first couple pages, she really hammers how to get started doing that granny square. And then she says, if you know how to crochet, you know how to do this. It's just a regular granny square. You just keep adding rows around, you know. So, I mean, that's pretty basic. But once you get to the rows, I'm anxious to see how she handles that and then that wraparound. All right, so this is another base page, and this is somebody's paper. I think that looks good there. I don't think I necessarily need to have that hinged. Mushy, yeah, that's her name. Mushy with 2 Y's. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right, maybe a piece of washi tape. I always forget to use washi tape. Yay! I'm trying to do better with putting things back that I use, but then when I use them a lot, so I stayed up way too late, and then I couldn't get myself to fall asleep last night. Oh my gosh. I started watching those, and I've seen them all before. I just don't know why I do this to myself. Thanks, Jacqueline. You're amazing. Been talking about my granddaughter. Oh my gosh. You know, we've had several computers, and they crash, or we abuse them, or we're just two old people that don't really know what we're doing, right? So we had a computer that had lived its life, and it just stops working. Too old to really try to rejuvenate it. Our son-in-law is pretty savvy. He's like, yeah, it's time to replace that. Okay, that's fine. But on it, it's got a lot of videos and stuff of when our grands were small. And I was thinking of one that I really wanted to watch, so I asked my daughter to send it to me. So they do all this Google Docs, and apparently there's a Google Photos or something. She said, "Mom, I said, I didn't get it." She's like, "I put it in Google Photos or what?" What? Okay, well, we'll see if we can figure that out. So I found it. I was so proud of myself. But my granddaughter's probably about 2, I'm going to say. I don't think she was 3. And I'm not old. I am, Ange. I am old. And our daughter is sitting on her couch, and our granddaughter is standing up behind her with a hairbrush, and she's going to give her mother a ponytail. At one point, she says, "I'm going to give you a Pollock." We don't know what that was supposed to be. All right, so that's going in my stack. So we don't know what a Pollock is, but she does say also at one point, "I'm going to give you a ponytail." And she's like brushing, my daughter's name is Colleen. She's brushing Colleen's hair, and the brush gets all tangled in our daughter's hair. And she said, "Oh, I can't get this. This is stuck." All righty. All righty then, or something like that, she says. And then she'll lean over my daughter's shoulder and look at her and say, "You look awfully cute." And then she looks in the camera and she's shaking her head and she said, "I look awful." Oh my gosh, I could watch it. I could watch it 100,000. I could watch it 100,000 times. So stinking cute. And now she's 10. So what's that about? Now she's 10. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got to get some more of those videos that I can have, that I can look at when I want to, when I'm missing, when they were real little. I'm wanting some more pages I can use for base pages. There's a bunch of stuff here. You could even use color book pages, right? I've got color book pages that just sit. And look, these can be hinged. These can be hinged stuff. Let's get all this out. Let's see what I have in here. That's a cool piece. Not for a base, but yeah, I was wanting a different look than the paper ruffles. So like I kind of have that look on the front cover because I purchased that from somebody. It's one of those, it's very nice, one of those flat ruffles. But if you have watched Amity Bloom at all, she's very she's kind of frilly and girly, don't you think, Jacqueline? Like just her mannerisms and her little voice and her little giggle. And then she wears the little cuffs on her hands. She's very dainty. She just seems to be very cute. This is just beige base. Well, a couple of these might be fun in there. This is These are cards I was doing. Didn't make the cut. Didn't make the cut. That could be a page. Over to the right of me, I just have like an agate tin. Oh, I'm buffering. She forgot to take my pen for my hand. Maybe she means some kind of a wrap or something. Oh, that's cloth. Oh, here's some digitals, not the ones I was. Oh, look, I can put one of them in. Here's one. Oh, yeah, she can be a base page. Look, here's a couple that. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love those. I love those. There's a couple of more. I don't know why I have it in my mind that I want this to be real chunky. But, all right, this is something I picked up. I don't know where. Look, or somebody's. Yeah, look, it must have had something in it. How can I use this? That could be a cool. That could be a cool base page. Let me keep that out. Look at all these cute little. I like that fabric. I got a bunch of that somewhere. Oh, look at these bits. This is a good find. Ooh, how about a chin? Let's do a chin. That's for chinny chin. Now, see, I'm going to be looking for this. This is Stamperia stuff. I think, why the heck did you put it in there? There's an envelope template. Look how cute this is. All right, there's some good stuff in this one. Oh, look, here's another piece. Just going to take all this out. Oh, partial face. Here's another strip that would be a good connecting strip. Who doesn't like a partial face? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Okay. Okay, so now this can be the base. Okay, Devin, have a great day. And just trapped in the car again. Oh, look, isn't he cool? I think I might want to spread these throughout my journal instead of having them all together. So let's just do this. What time is it getting to be? 11:30. What's this? Thursday? Is this? No, we're at the beginning of May. Okay, I'm okay. Okay, you're okay. This paper's a little heavier than what I normally print on. This is the presentation paper. that I believe Diane suggested, and I got. This is sticking to my. Really like that. I really like that. Could look like she's gobbling up inserts. Okay. I like these. So I need to attach something to these. Now what I'm trying to decide is, since I haven't been able to find the other half of Deb's painting, I could always add that in. Maybe I'll use this for my back page. I really kind of like the way that looks, you know, all cracked up and grungy. I could put something in there. Now, how do I get that to glue and stay where I want it without gluing it shut? Joy says, my little dog came in with a good size belt. Oh my goodness, we have no idea where it came from. Our yard is fenced. Oh boy. Could she have, or he have buried it like a while back? That's a little scary, huh? All right, so there's Teresa. I like your feather head, girl. This one? It's a plant. It's a plant, Teresa. No, she wouldn't have buried it. Somebody's tossed it into your yard. Yeah, that's a plant. Isn't she cool? I call these my plant people. They're hats wicker. Look at her. Love these images. Okay. So I want to do this. I guess it really doesn't matter because I'm not going to use this as a pocket. Hi, Nana. Good morning. Are we still morning? Yeah, it's still morning here on the East Coast. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Oh, thanks. Yeah, there's some of my favorites too, for sure. Okay, so let me just put glue on this little number. I'm just going to put a little glue here and a little glue above, and then I'm going to mash it down. So she's peeking. She's peeking out. You know, like I say, at this point, I don't plan on using this as a pocket. This is just going to be my back cover, I think. Uh-oh. Scoot you down a little bit more there, little girl. There we go. Woohoo! Oh, Joyce, that's probably, I don't know much about cats, so I guess they can be scavengery too, right? All right, so that's going to be my back cover. Now, I do like this, so I don't want to cover up a lot of it, but see, some of these images, some of these are really cool. So that's kind of big. So nobody else can hear that, all that scraping and stuff, huh? From my neighbor getting a roof on. It's like really loud to me, and I'm deaf. Nana's on the east coast of Canada. Okay. So are you in Canada? Another Canadian friend? You missed our other Canadian friends today. They were here, and you can hear it, Teresa? It's not bad. Okay, well, I'm gonna go pull that door shut. I don't need to have it open. I think I'm gonna do this. And maybe I'll wrap it. Because the back cover should be fun too, right? So that might be. Oh, see, now they stopped. Maybe they're going to stop for lunch. Let's get some more of this. Ontario. Oh, cool. I've never been, I don't believe, into Canada. My middle sister, has a home in the Adirondacks, a vacation home. I've been there. But I think when we talked about going into Canada, yes, I'll show you. This is a what I'm calling a hinged journal instead of like a stitched bound one. And I'm just using really crap from my stash, stuff that I can't throw away. So this is a digital that I printed out and used part of it somewhere else. But liked those flowers and didn't want to throw it out because I thought I could use it. And so here we are. We're using it. Or I'm using it. Okay, Ange. Ange is on her way home. She's wanting to use the loo. All right, so you build, this is inspired by a young gal named Amity Bloom. Her link to her channel is in my description box. And so I'm just taking things from my stash of things that I love and making a base page and then really kind of collaging, or it's almost like a patchwork, you just stick stuff down and like a collage, I guess. See, now my glue's not sticking here, so I'm going to add some hot glue to get my little ruffle to stay put. Well, I didn't have many digitals. I had just a few, and then I have a little friend who keeps sending me different pictures of different things. And when I was printing them out, they were turning out like this, which was fine. And then during one of my streams, Diane, I believe it was Diane, we're going to give her the credit anyway. What is she called? Messy somebody. She's from Australia. Yes, a new way to use our old garbage. Woo, 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 Teresa. And so this is a flip out. This is another digital. And so Diana mentioned using messy palette. Thanks. Jacqueline's got my back there on the names. So I mean it prints nice, just regular paper, regular computer paper. But then Diane suggested presentation paper. There was another one she said, but I couldn't find that one. So presentation is what sticks in my head. So I found some, and then I printed on the presentation paper and chose like not just plain paper. Right? So you use strips of leftover fabric or strips of paper to hinge your signatures or whatever together. See, here I used the fabric. Here I used fabric. Washi tape. Here I used paper. But then I started to just discover like I'm putting them together too quickly. So now this is going to cover up some of this, which is fine. But if I'm showing you what I'm doing, it might be better if I thought about it a little bit more. So maybe, you can do better or like what you do. Washi tape, and I just hinge this in, just a chunk from a file folder. Oh, this goes this way. Just like that torn piece. So Amity Bloom, her name is Naz. If you look at her, look at some of her work. I think I did link the actual project, not just her channel. So these are some other bits that I was cutting apart. I don't think I need these here. I'll put them back there. So some more digitals that I want to hinge in. See, so I can put some tape or paper there, and I'll hinge this. This is all. So I'm working basically on base pages that I can then come back in and add things. What's Teresa? Teresa's saying, I think I would sketch faces on the top of those flowers. Here? Like here, Teresa? The lag is, by the time I see the comment, I've already flipped a couple pages, so it's hard to know exactly. Now this might be true, but see, if I cover that with a heavier piece of paper, you're not going to see that white line, right? So this, I made a pocket. This is one of Jacqueline's envelopes. Put a couple of, cuts from digitals. You can see the difference in the printing right here. Under my arm. Oh, these. Oh, yeah. Right. So I'm thinking maybe this could go here. Let's paper clip that. Let's paper clip it. So it doesn't move. And I can remember. Remember. I think that looks kind of cool. This I'm not a fan of, so I'm going to cover that up with something. This is a smaller base page with a flip out. So as I continue to go through my bits, okay, Gail, thanks for coming in. It was nice to see you. I forgot to ask you if you're feeling any better. Hopefully you are. So this is the BRE we just did. And this is going to be my back. So see, now I have some of these I want to, a mini folio. Yeah, kind of. So some of these I want to get in other places. That might be good. I wonder if I can hinge this in here. He looks cool across from that. Okay, so maybe we'll put them in there. And hinge this here somehow. I still have another one, but I think I need some more base pages too. See, because I want it to be, it's starting to get there. Maybe not a whole lot more chunky. I don't know how long I can stay on today. I don't know if anybody else is coming on after me. Maybe I should start hinging so you can see that part of it. All right, so let's see what I have to use for hinges. I could probably stand to go to the bathroom myself. That's a little bit of a tickle. Look, these are cute. See, but these are blank on the back, which I'm trying to avoid that. I could glue these two together. Wonder if I have any glue in my tape runner. I don't know. Any tape in my tape runner. I don't know if I do. Let's see. Got that kind of. I remember where I put this. Nope. I've got to do that. Got to do that. Where is, I could use, there's not much of this left. It's so thin, but I could probably use this. This is like a, they just call it red tape, I think. Gosh, I haven't used any of this stuff in so long. I don't know what I'm holding on to it for. It's like a score tape, but it's stronger. It's supposed to be stronger. I was going to get up and close that door. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah. Once this goes down, you don't have too much, no wiggle time. This is very skinny. I don't want to press it down there yet because I have it overlapping. I don't know what they're scraping. Oh, maybe they're scraping the tiles off the roof. Not tiles, the shingles off the roof. Hold on, let me. I see a man walking up in the air. That might help a little bit. Well, it might help a lot. It seemed to get noisier as we were moving along. Now I did it again. Now you can get this in different widths, and this is just this. I think I got it. It could be even AC more. I've had it for that long. You know, Michael's or Joann's, probably Walmart. I don't know. I never looked in Walmart. I might as well use it up. Don't use too much of this kind of stuff. I have some score tape left over too. That's expensive too. I haven't purchased that in a while. I'm mostly doing, blue glue. And then my tape runner, I know I have filler. Oh, we're at the end. Wonder if that's all sticky. Yeah. This might be good enough for my purposes. Now with this stuff and the score tape, you want to make sure you burnish that down real well. And by that, we mean just give it a good old rub. Whoop. Good old rub. Rub-a-dub-dub. I'm probably going to need some glue because, see, I didn't get it right to the edge. Then what you do is you just want to pick up the red part, pull it off. I had that crisscross in there. Crisscross. Static electricity. It's hard to get rid of it. All right, now. So she's going that way. So I want her to go this way. Now I think I want to trim this because this is where I'm going to hinge it into my book. So I want that to be straight. Or as straight as it can be. And I didn't do that, so I'll have to press down harder. There we go. Let's see, and I can trim this out and ink my edges. That'll make it look better in my opinion. Maybe if you have fancy scissors, you can decal your edges easier. Rip it. I'm just trimming off all this. The white just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, you know. And when you look at your page, your eye just seems to go to that. So I try to get rid of all that jazz. So we'll just give this a quick. And then when I'm sitting here doing this with you, and I'm looking at other things that I pulled out, look how cute this would look on this page or the flip side. Layer, layer, layer. Now, one of the bigger journals that I did when I was just started to follow Amity Bloom, and it's a soft cover journal. I do have it in my Etsy shop. I think what I kept forgetting was that she has a base page first, and then she goes back and she like patchwork quilts it. You know, she just puts a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then after that, she comes back and builds her pockets and tuck spots and stuff. I kind of either do that in reverse, or sometimes I just get carried away and think, oh, the pocket would look good there. And then when I come back and look at it again, I can see where I wouldn't maybe wanted to put a little something underneath it, you know, which maybe it could look a little better. So I tend to get ahead of myself. I think this is definitely going to go on this page somewhere. So I'm going to paper clip that. I'm not ready to glue that down. So I find this helpful too. If I can bulldog clip or paper clip an idea. Now, there has been occasions where I put things aside and come back and say to myself, now, what did you put that there for? All right, so she can be a base page. I can hinge her in. And see, I think this goes too. This goes well too. So let's put that all together. Let's put it together. I can see it, Ange. I can see it clearly. Oh, I was going to start hinging. Hold on. Hinging. All right, I think I need something hinged in with my placemat. So I was thinking about putting this in here. So let's take this section. Oh, my fur baby just came out. She may need to go out. I probably am not going to be here a whole lot longer, though. Starting to get a little hungry. All right, let me ink my, it probably doesn't matter, but I'm just in the habit of. Okay, so I want to hinge this into here. Let's just get rid of these. And I think I want to also add her That doesn't look so great together, does it? Let's rethink that. Oh, I've got that. That looks all right there. Let's put that aside. All right, so what I want to do is take this image. Now, see, I just clip these on. Now I gotta unclip them. And I have to attach, let's see, the last thing I wrote didn't show up. I see hello all, and can you see me? So if you wrote, and I see bye Gail. So if you wrote anything other than those three things, Wendy is coming on to sell at noonish, I think. Okay, cool. That's good to know. All right. So, all right, just a minute, Jenny. See, to me, this is a little too wide. I don't need that wide of a piece of paper. Let's do paper. And sometimes, you might not think a particular piece of paper goes with the image, but once you start piecing it all together, it kind of looks cool. So I'm going to add a little strip of glue here. Now, Amity, she sews and stitches on a lot of things. And you don't need a sewing machine. You can glue. But she does tell you that use a strong glue. If you're not going to come back and stitch over it, use a strong glue. All right. So you have to wait a minute, Jenny. And it's hard doing this live because, you really need time for this to dry. That's one good thing about the glue stick. See, and then I'm just going to pop this in here and I'll put glue here, and then this is going to be hinged in. But I think that's really still a little wide. So I think I'm going to trim that. Of course, my ends are long, but you can wait to trim them off in case you decide you want to add some length on your paper. That can be done last minute. She just sits here and just growls at me when she's not getting her way. And if I listen to her and jump up, then I think I'm reinforcing her bad behavior. So I'm trying to ignore her a little bit. Have to be a little patient, Jen. Now, see, I've got scalloped edges down the bottom here from this placemat. So I might want to just trim this off ahead of time because I don't want to get involved there. And then once you put your glue on here, your paper gets a little soggy. So I want that up a little bit. So now I'm going to glue the other side of this, put some glue down. Jenny, I think you're fine. That's not really ignoring her. And because it's a patchwork type book, oh, I got that off. Let's scoot that over. When things overlap, it's okay. It's okay. And then you're just going to let that, I'm just going to let that dry. Mop up my excess glue. And I can also put another piece over here, which I probably am going to do. But I'm going to let this dry for now. And then I want to remember that goes with that. So you just keep doing that, and you just keep adding more hinged material, whether it's fabric or paper, and then attach it to your next section or your next page. And that's how you're building your book. And then I think towards the end, when I get all my pages in that I want, I get my back cover in place, I think I'm going to take fabric and put a couple strips of fabric around the whole outside. And I also like that you can see, the ribs of your pages. And I don't want this to stick together. What do I have handy? There's never anything handy. Here's one. Let's put this in there so if it sticks, it's gonna come off okay. So this is gonna be my back cover. And these are some of my other pages that I haven't really hinged in yet. This is my front. So when it's all said and done, see, I'm going to be able to see these, which I think is cool. Not everybody's going to like that, right? But I like it. So this is where I am so far. And of course, it's going to pop up as I add to those pages and start, doing the patchwork kind of a look. So I've got other things I still want to get in here. So I'm not ready to finish up. So you're probably going to see this again. I don't know. Maybe I'll have it finished by Sunday and I can show you the finished results. That might be fun. Fun for me. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to go get my pup outside and get myself some lunch. And I'll probably fiddle with this a little bit more. This is going to be this way. I want her little face inside. It's going to be my back cover. So far, I'm liking it. And I can just have a loose piece of fabric or binding, to keep it all tied shut, or I can affix something more permanent, So there you have it. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I'm going to get that survey up too. I'm thinking about just naming my live streams just one thing and then be done with it. And so, all right. Thank you. We met a couple of new friends today, so that was nice for me. Carol McDonald has changed her name. She's Carol, my quiet place, or crafting quiet, or I'll know for next time. But it's our Carol that we know and love. Okay. Don't forget our dear Teresa. She's having surgery on Monday. And Candy is still experiencing a lot of dizziness. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers. I'm assuming Gail is on the mend. I didn't ask her. Oh, thanks, Debbie. my my humble attempt at AI. Angie Brown has an eye doctor on Pink Girly Live. Oh, that's an idea, Teresa. I might switch that out for one of the ones I'm going to suggest. So I'll see how that goes. But, lots of things dancing around in my head. So thanks for joining me. It was always great to see all of you. And I hope to see you on Sunday. But in the meantime, enjoy your day, enjoy your art, and don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Bye for now.